Hi, Hannah. Tiffany Burton again. Just finished watching your video. I like how you said that fashion is mostly directed at women, especially really skinny, white, Caucasian women. I completely agree with that. If you pick up any, like a higher end fashion magazine, it's probably going to have a really skinny Caucasian woman on the front. There may be a little bit of diversity in it with African American or a mixed race person, but that's probably for the most part all that you're going to see on the cover. I like how you talked about women's health and how it's weird that we have this tiny little skinny woman on a woman's health. Just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy. You know, just because you're a size 0 doesn't mean that you're skinny and healthy. It means that you're skinny, but not necessarily healthy, but it doesn't mean that you're not healthy. And the same thing for the guys magazine. If you pick up like a men's health, you notice that the guy on there is like super huge and buff, 6-pack abs, like super chiseled everywhere. But not all guys are going to look like that. They're not going to want to. Maybe they shouldn't look like that. Not everybody looks like that. And so I, as a woman, every time I pick up a Cosmo, which I stopped reading it because it's the same articles over and over again, and it's a bunch of ads. And if I want to read a bunch of ads, I'm just going to get on Facebook or something like that. So I don't read magazines anymore, but every time I picked up a Cosmo, it was always somebody super skinny telling me how to get skinny, how to be happier with my life. Long story short, I don't have enough money to buy a butler and a cook and a trainer and everything else, which would be awesome if I could, but I cannot. So it's up to me to eat better, to work out. I feel like they have a different kind of accountability than we do. They have somebody to answer to, whereas we're only answering to ourselves. They have to be this skinny for the movie or to stay, current in the modeling world, that kind of thing. Let's see. Oh, and I took notes over this, so I noticed that you said something about the guys being super buff and the girls being really skinny. And I was like, well, if they're not, they'll just Photoshop it out. Like, there's all this controversy here in the last couple of years in the media about Photoshopping things out or in these pictures, these covers of magazines, and how some celebrities are coming out saying, I wish they wouldn't have Photoshopped it, or yeah, they Photoshopped it. Of course they did. What else are they going to do? So, Photoshop, yay! And then at the end, you talked about the boring magazines that aren't exactly perfect for you, which is, hey, I'm right there with you. There are some magazines, like the home magazines, will have a picture of a guy who's probably average build, but he's not super muscular. But then if you look at that magazine on the rack compared to all the other magazines, you're like, oh God, what's wrong with this guy? But then your second brain tells you this guy's just normal. He's just not super buff like everyone else on all these other magazines. So I appreciated your views. I enjoyed watching your video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.